My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Star Wars Black Series 3-pack Captain Cassian Andor. Now, of course, this is a 3-pack, but our main focus today is going to be on Captain Cassian Andor. And other figures of this set do include the Imperial Death Trooper and Sergeant Jyn Erso. But like I said, our main focus is just going to be on Captain Andor here. Turning the package around, let's focus on the center figure. It says, an accomplished Alliance intelligence officer with combat field experience, Captain Cassian Andor commands respect from his rebel troops with his ability to keep a cool head under fire and complete his mission with minimal resources. So really glad I have this set in hand. This is of course different from his standard release. When I get his standard release I'll do a comparison. But until then, let's get these guys out of the packaging and we'll continue our look at Captain Andor. So stay tuned, everyone. And here we have Captain Cassian Andor out of packaging, excuse me. And before we get onto the figure, let's actually show off his accessory. He actually does come with 3 accessories if you want to count it as 3. Pulling his rifle out of his hand. He does come with this really nice rifle, and it does look cool. I have to say, really impressed by the detail on it. And there it goes. You can see what I mean. Technically, this comes in 3 parts. You can remove the buttstock of the rifle, and then you can remove the barrel. And then we do have his handgun, or his hand blaster, which fits, as you saw in his hand, relatively easy. He does have a trigger finger, so you can get his finger through the trigger, so you can actually have him pose with it. And then you can always attach all these neat attachments on. It looks pretty cool, and he has the actual rifle in hand, and we'll put that together when we finish off his review. But really nice detail on his pistol, or his blaster. It's not his blaster rifle yet. You can see it does have some silver paint right here at the hand, right here at the barrel, and back here. The stock does continue that paint, although I don't know if this is supposed to connect further in or not, but on mine it stops about right there. And you can see the silver paint is continued there. And then we get on to this extension of his blaster rifle, which if we put that on here, if I put it on the right way, you can see this side is a lot more detailed than the rest of it, and putting it all together, you get a really nice blaster rifle. I don't know how this is going to work in the movie, if the rebels have like 3-piece blasters or not. But that's a really cool, fun accessory, and well, in its blaster mode, you can actually put his blaster in the holster, and it fits nicely. Yeah, you can attach the stock to it, but it kind of does look, I guess it looks okay. But there's no way to attach this piece to the actual blaster because the holster doesn't allow it. So if you're going to have them displayed with the sidearm, it looks pretty cool, or you can have them actually displayed with the actual rifle. It's entirely up to you. Moving that off to the side. So now we have Captain Cassian Andor out of the packaging, and I have to say, he's probably my favorite out of the 3 figures. Yeah, I do love troops, but at the same time, I don't know, there's just something about this costume that I really do like. You know, I was also drawn to the Poe Dameron Target exclusive because it was different, and I really do like just this. The jacket seems to work really nicely for a Star Wars protagonist. I don't know why. Let's actually get some details on the figure itself. Getting a close-up so we can take a look at his face. I'm not sure if you can tell, but on mine it looks like they didn't finish painting the white in his right eye, so it kind of looks kind of cartoony. You can see it's just this edge right here that is missing the white in the eye, but the the edge closer to his nose has it. It's more pronounced on here that you can see the whites in his eye. His goatee is a little thick. I don't think it's supposed to be this thick, but I don't know. Figures just don't really translate goatees and facial hair too well. You can see his hair is nicely sculpted all the way around. The jacket is this really nice brown with this lighter brown accent. And then his ranking here, I think that's the ranking on the Rebels. And then I don't know what this side is, I'll have to look that up. You can see there's a tiny paint error there. His belt, I believe. This piece is actually, I don't know if it's its own, oh yeah, it's its own separate piece. But it looks like it only goes up to about right there, stops at the jacket, and then you can see some ammo clips right there. I believe, yeah, it is, all this piece is sculpted on while this piece right here at his thigh is sculpted on. So this is a free-floating piece, the holster and this belt, and then the belt that goes around his thigh is sculpted onto the actual pant. He is wearing these khaki colored, looks like cargo pants, but they're not really cargo pants, and then the boots looks really nice on him. So that's the details on Captain Cassian Andor, and let's actually go off to his articulation. He has a standard Black Series articulation that Hasbro has been giving us. He does have a ball jointed head, so he can look up down slightly, but he does turn his head. And so we get some side to side a little bit, and then he also has a hinge in the neck, so he can look further back than that. The only thing is that jacket does hinder how far back you can actually move his head, but he can actually move his head down that far. Arms go out, although, there we go. Arms go all the way out, do a full 360. He single jointed at the elbow, giving you a little more than 90 degrees. He swivels at the elbow. He has a hinge wrist, swivel hinge in the wrist. A ball jointed torso. He can look back about that far, look forward that far, and then does get some. We do have, I think, a single ball joint for the torso. Legs go forward, back, and out. He does swivel at the thigh. He is double jointed in the knee. He does not have a boot swivel, but he does have a hinge in the ankle as well as a pivot, so we can actually get him in a lot of dynamic poses. So that's Captain Cassian Andor for you. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Captain Cassian Andor posed with the other two figures from this 3-pack. We have the Death Trooper and Jyn Erso. Overall, I would say that this is a definite must-buy for any Black Series collector. Yeah, you're getting a new Death Trooper, but he does have this cool little pauldron and whatever that ammo belt is. But we're also getting this figure, which I think he is probably the best selling point of this series, of this set, because his single-carded release has him in that really big, fluffy jacket, and I don't know, it's really hard for me to buy that figure, but seeing how good this one is, I might actually just pass on his standard Black Series release, and that's just my opinion. If you want to pick him up, feel free to pick up whatever figures you choose. I'm just here to let you know how I feel about the figure. Now, if you're looking for this set, it is exclusive to Target, and at the time I was pick these guys up, Target did have these on sale for, what was it, $54? Yeah, this set, not on sale, costs $60, but you're essentially paying $20 per figure, so it kind of balances itself out. Overall, I really do think it is worth the price, although you could have actually just made this a 2-pack with the Death Trooper and Captain Cassian here and just completely left out Jyn here, and you still would have been able to sell this. I don't know why they're intent on giving us this figure so many times. She has a single card release, the Comic-Con release, and now this release, and there's no difference between the 3 figures, at least from what I can tell. If you're going to pick this set up, I say it's definitely worth taking a look at, especially if you have Jyn, and If you have all three of them in their single carded release, you're still going to want to pick this setup, mainly for these two. I don't know what you're going to do with an extra Jin, but that's just my thoughts. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other Star Wars reviews, as well as the Death Trooper and Jin's reviews, which should be up at around the same time his review is out. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you later. Keep collecting, and you know what more can I say? Pick the setup if you're a Star Wars fan, and take care, everyone.
My dream